my husband confessed to cheating and now he's mad at me. I want to preface this by stating I, female 26, am a closeted asexual and my husband, 26, is unaware. We have a kid, until recently. I enjoy doing those favors for him because it's his love language. He's really kind and considerate whenever he's not drinking. Whenever he does drink, he's really embarrassing, loud, and belligerent. He can never just take 1 or 2 shots whenever we go out. Every time we go out, it always ends up with me having to be responsible for him because he's had too much to drink. I've tried to cut him off, but he either ignores me or sneaks alcohol. Yesterday, we went out with our friend group, and it happened again. In the week leading up to my plans to go out, I expressed I didn't want him to come because I didn't want to babysit him. He promised he would relax on the drinking, but did the complete opposite. He kept drinking, and you can guess who was babysitting him, yet again. When we got home, he passed out on the couch, and after he sobered up, he came upstairs and tried to initiate with me, and I rejected his multiple advances. He was upset and left for work. I'm considering not telling him about the next time the group goes out so I can actually have fun. Well, I fear that your husband is an alcoholic and that may need some attention. Also, I don't know. You might want to have a conversation with your husband about your sexuality. And I know that it's not easy, but I feel like it's hard if you don't communicate that with your husband, you know? So, okay, OP said the best way to describe how I feel about sex to me is like oatmeal cookies. I do enjoy eating them, but I don't crave them. I can live without them. It's not on my shopping list unless I'm asked to bring them. If I found out my husband is an oatmeal cookie enthusiast, I'll put them on my shopping list because I know he likes them. And then someone said, so you're gray, Ace. That's what my wife is, but you do need to be honest with him. My wife was very upfront about her relationship with sex when we first got serious, so I was able to go in with my eyes wide open. OOP said, I realized too late, unfortunately. I lived with the thought it was something wrong with me until I found out it's okay, but this all came after, and I'm married with a kid. Yeah, I know. That is hard. I understand. That is hard. And also it's hard because it's like if your partner is one that isn't educated on that kind of stuff or doesn't understand like that kind of stuff, like asexuality or like different sexualities in general, he might be, you know, kind of like ignorant to it and be like, oh, so it's my fault. Like, you're just not attracted to me, this and this and this, like, because he's not educated about it. And I feel like that can be hard because then it's like it turns into this whole different situation where he's like, oh, so you just don't like having sex with me, you find me repulsive, you know, basically just blaming themselves for it, when it's like, no, this is not a you problem, this is who I am, this is my sexuality, this is how I feel, it's totally normal, a lot of people feel this way, there's different spectrums, a lot of, you know, there's different sexualities, and it's important to be, I wouldn't say it's important for her to educate him about it, but it is important to be like open to educating yourself about it and not just immediately being like, oh, so it's my fault, I'm disgusting, you know. I can understand like why you would immediately think that. You'd be like blaming yourself and being like, it's just because she doesn't love me or doesn't want to sleep with me, because usually that's like the first thing you're thinking when something like that happens. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay, update 1. She posted in the jobs subreddit saying, I'm only tired when I have to do my job. I don't know what to do. Said, I'm struggling to stay awake at my job no matter how much sleep I get. It's like as soon as I log in and begin doing my job, sleepiness hits me instantly. My body gets so heavy, like a weighted blanket is on me. As soon as I get up for a break, it's instantly gone and I'm aware. But as soon as I set back down, it comes over me and I feel so sleepy and heavy as soon as I'm logged in again. Whenever I'm doing physical paperwork, I can stay awake and I have no problems. But once I start doing electronic stuff, I cannot stay awake. I've tried caffeine pills, coffee, more sleep. They don't have great benefits. I can't afford to get a sleep study. I'm desperate to keep this job. It's my first job with no customer service. Please help. Okay. Interesting. And then this is update 2. My husband confessed to cheating and now he's mad at me. We've been together. I didn't even address the fact that he cheated. Wait. Okay, that's because the first story did not say anything about that. I was like, wait, what? We've been together over 10 years since high school. Today, he blindsided me with a confession that he cheated on me. He just blurted it out, and I didn't react for a while because I was thinking. When I finally responded, I confessed that I've never really desired sex. I knew it was something he really enjoyed, and I was prepared to write off having it as a relationship maintenance because I thought I was the only one he wanted it from. I told him I didn't feel hurt and asked him if we could just open the relationship because I want to outsource the sexual aspect of our relationship now that I know he can get it from somewhere else and now he's mad at me. I just want to be clear, I did explain I wouldn't be stepping out on the open marriage because I don't desire sex, but it takes so much pressure off of me to make sure his sexual needs are met if we go with this arrangement. Update 2. He asked if there was anybody else, and I busted out laughing and said no. I showed him my Reddit posts and explained, and he's hurt, and I'm angry because I love him and I don't understand why he wants me to continue sleeping with him if I'm extremely mid at it. I don't particularly enjoy it, and he can get better from other people. It's starting to make me feel like he doesn't notice the ways I do show love, and I'm only tolerated because I have sex with him. Edit, just clarifying because people asking, we do it every weekday and twice a day on weekends. I'm affectionate in every other way, and sex isn't the only way that I show love to him. I don't just lay there and let it happen. I always ask him what he wants to try, and I try to learn by looking for directions. I'm just not talented, and I am engaged in making him feel good. I realized I'm asexual after being married with kids. I thought you had to have sex in any relationship because that's all I ever heard from elders and peers, so I thought that was the hard work they were saying marriage is. Wait, sorry, the most shocking part about this is that she is having sex every weekday and twice a day on weekends? No days off? Ugh. Lord have mercy. You need to be getting paid overtime, honestly. That's wild. That is wild. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that she is asexual and she is. That is so much work. Oh my God. I feel bad. The top comment says, once every day and twice a day on weekends feels excessive. How do they even have time for that with a kid? And then someone responded, right? I live in a household where there are 2 kids and sometimes I feel that I have 0 energy left and I'm not even the kid's parent. OP doing it that often while not even feeling sexual attraction to him? Damn, she must have really loved him. And again, when did he find the time to still bang someone outside of the marriage? No, actually, how did he cheat on her when she's literally doing that 9 times a week? 9 times a week. This man? Okay. This woman is like a superhero or something because tell me how you find the motivation to do that. Please. And this man genuinely is insane for cheating on someone that gives you more than enough. More than enough. Honestly, too much if I were to have any say in it. I'm so shook right now by that. Jeez. He must be like really, really high testosterone or something. I can't imagine having that high of a sex drive, that high of a libido. And I'm not judging him. That is totally fine to have that high of a libido. It's just I have a very low libido and I cannot imagine myself wanting to engage in sexual activity 9 times a week with my partner and then also on top of that cheating on my partner with somebody else. I'm scared. But that's the end. There's no more updates for this story and That's all I really have to say about it. I'm just in shock, at a loss for words, speechless, truly. So let me know what you thought about that story and the story before that in the comments. I love to hear your thoughts and comments and questions and concerns. And I love you guys. And I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.
Storytime Society is now available on all listening platforms. If you are on any of those listening platforms, I would really appreciate it if you rated me 5 stars. Thanks for all the support.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.